Alright, we're back, boys. Wait. This is the main account. Well, that tells me what chapter the Bat Boss is, though. It's chapter 18. And we're on chapter 15. Oh, God, dude. I did not realize just how much content I had done to get up to that boss. Like, wow. That's crazy. Alright, well, let's try to get through that way. No, don't skip. It gets worse. So, yeah, Lost has found that Lisangle, you know, the devs of FGO, are, like, specifically trying to hire college kids. And they're not paying that well, so, yeah, not what we need to see. That's actually ridiculous. Alright, what's going on here? I have to bring MASH, I think. Oh, joy. I think it's MASH or actually, I don't know, maybe I can bring whatever I want. Alright, Arjuna time. We haven't used him in a while. I make more than that and I work part-time. Yep. Dude, I'm telling you, that's the whole problem. It's like they don't hire good. They're shit. They pay bad. They're not doing anything to attract top talent. Top talent just goes somewhere else. I can't believe they're specifically trying to hire college kids, though, and paying that little. That's crazy. Like, of course you're not going to get experienced devs if you do that. Alright, I think these are the only 6 enemies. That's kind of strange. 95%. Motherfucker. That crit animation, though. Wow. One turned would have been so much better if I could have had any kind of battery. Anything lives, it's gonna be an archer. Probably that one. Do the attack first in case the other one lives, though. Wow, alright. Pretty cool NP. Kind of a joke stage, though. Really easy to one turn if I had had any kind of battery. Needed 4%. I forgot how big Arjuna's battery was, so I should have brought, like, Jufu in the front row. Hey Dachi, what's up? Ruler. I think this is a fight with water bitch, but it's like not a real fight. Yeah, Bad Boy is the first real fight. I mean, I guess Poseidon is the first real fight, but that just doesn't really count. Is the Stormboarder back in action or something? People said you fought Poseidon because, you were, like, telling the story to the dinos. I don't know why Poseidon specifically, but, you know. Four-man story replay. So chat, there is a chance that I will disappear for a few days because Tusk is sick. And he didn't tell me, he was sick last night apparently, and he didn't tell me until now. And if I get, when Tusk, it's kind of bullshit. When Tusk gets sick, it's nothing. Like, he's fine right now. I don't think he even has a sore throat. And he'll be over it in a few days. But he always gets me sick. And when I get sick, oh boy, it's not good. I normally get a sinus infection and a bunch of other nonsense. And I can be out for quite a while. So it's bad timing, but we'll see what happens. Tell Tusk to stream for you, yeah. I've never gotten over a sickness quickly ever in my life. It pretty much always happens, like, as I get sick, and as I'm getting over it, I get a sinus infection, and then I'm sick for, like, months to, many months. It's not fun. I haven't been sick, though, in years. And by the way, the only times I ever get sick in the last... ever since Tusk moved in with me, I only get sick when Tusk does. I never get sick on my own because I'm super careful. But Tusk is not as careful, and he gets sick, and he's fine. He gives it to me, and then I'm death for a while. I'm not never pleased. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I haven't been sick in like I don't know, maybe 3 years, 3 or 4 years. And I've never gotten Tusk sick. I don't think the entire time that he's been here, I don't think I've ever gotten Tusk sick once. And he's gotten me sick, you know, literally every time I've been sick ever since he moved in, so... But yeah, I've always just been super careful about that, because when I do get sick, it's so bad. I'm, like, crazy cautious. Unfortunately, you can't make your fellow man as cautious, so... Let's see. Yeah, it's another forced fight. So, they've had you play as Kadok a few times. And I'm pretty sure every time they've done it, the fight is as such that his skills are completely worthless. Like, he's got, like, sure hit and, I think, like, a 2-hit evade or something, and, like, skill seal or whatever. There's never been a fight where any of this did anything. It sucks. They just, like, always somehow... You'd think they would do the opposite, where they go out of their way to try to make the... make his stuff good, but, nope. She still has the stupid stun thing every turn, but yeah, you've got Nemo. I think you just have to slowly beat this boss to death. They've got a defense down. I think Kadok does the defense down, and that makes this easier. Rainbow Chain. I don't think when I did this on my main, I don't think Nemo ever died, so I didn't see, but she probably does. Pretty bad start. Wow, she is almost dead. Let's see this. Yeah, it is skill seal and NP seal, but that's not that great.
聞こえてる。任せて。分かってる。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡、扉、恐怖の心、暗空ねぶた受精。私は守らなければ。せーの。海はきれいね。反乱する。
I don't see my, brother that often. I mean, most of this stuff online, so I'm sure he got me sick when we were kids, but we don't live together or anything, so if he's sick, he doesn't come over. Wow, she really hates Nitocris right now. I don't know who has the best overcharge. I think she has defense down. I think at some point there'll be a temporary change in who's in charge of the shop. But I bet you when 2.0 is over, it goes back to adult Da Vinci. That's my guess. But who knows? Oh, this damage output. Happening. 56k. That's decent compared to the other one. Okay, it's a 3-hit evade. Got a real hate boner for Nitocris right now. Sadly, we're not gonna kill this turn. No, that was lame. I don't know what they're thinking with some of these fights. They're so garbage. Like it's these preset teams and these boring fights. And then it's like the bad boss is just so fucking hard in comparison to this stuff. It's just like there's no difficulty curve here. It's just freebies after freebies after freebies and all of a sudden a brick wall, right? Like it's just terrible game design. Alright, that ought to do it. I miss David being a store NPC. He was for an event. You're gonna make a fight like that, like out of your control. I don't get why they don't just make it story cutscenes. Like it's cool to have fight scenes that are actually like explained and lore given on what abilities they're using and what works and doesn't and stuff. Like that's more interesting than these dumbass fights that have no real gameplay to it. know what happened there. I don't know if that was our explosion or their explosion or what. Okay. Oh, is that Batman? I don't know what the hell's going on right now. A lot of blood, though. Or something. What is... Well, that sounded like bats, so... Oh, okay, there he is. I don't know why they could have done the same thing in like half the time there. I don't know why they were just kind of sitting there with the particle effects for an hour, but... He special summoned himself from the hand. Yep, yep. Okay, now what? I'm not sure he helped us. More shitty art that stands out like a sore thumb. It is just crazy how much that stands out. I know the mask. Oh boy. Oh yeah, there is like a baby fight with him. I think if you lose you win, or if you break his health bar you win or something. It's not as meaningful as it seems. We'll just throw like Jolter at him or whatever. We're not here to do no budget nonsense. Hey, we'll use Faust, why not? Who needs starting NP? You know, I actually, if I remember correctly, there's some dumb gimmick here where your front row becomes your back row or something like that. Also, I think he stuns you like all the time. I might need to put up my Jolter so I can control the command codes because I think there's... I don't think you have to win this fight. I think if you lose, it's fine. But if you can do well, you might as well. It's kind of fun to see how my ridiculous 2-10-2 Jolter does anyway. Where's she even at? There she is. Alright, let's see here. God, how does she not have an animation update? Holy crap, that's fucked. Whew. One of the most popular characters to this date. Look at this sprite quality. Yeah, big head mode unlocked. Busting out the cheat codes. Unreal, dude. Well, he's male. The fuck? Where's my anti-male command code? There it is, Jesus. My favorite mobile suit is Leo. There's several other things though that are really close, but... I think he's a servant. I mean, most people that wanted a figure, etc., have already gotten it, I imagine, so... But every time we've seen, like, big polls and stuff, she's still top of the list. Fucking crazy. And she'd probably do even better if they actually gave her screen time and gave her an animation update and that kind of thing. Like, she's kind of forgotten about because they haven't done anything with her in so long. Maybe he's got a defense buff. Oh my god, shut the fuck up, Da Vinci. It just blows my mind that, like, first off, when you want to upgrade a servant, you have to go bouncing between these menus constantly. It's crazy how much menu hopping you have to do. And then every time you go back to this base menu, she starts talking again. It's unfucking bearable. I mean, it's just such garbage design. I can't even, like... Just talking about earlier, like how Arknights does their servant upgrading and like how much better it is, and then you look at this shit, it's like, what the fuck, dude? You know what? Fuck it. We'll give her K-Scope. That could be good. NP turn 1, that never hurt nobody. There's nasty debuffs, this is the way to go, but damage. It is such a strange emote. His in-game sprite looks so much better than his, like, art. Okay, we don't have our anti-stun, so if this stuns us, we're kind of fucked. Just don't stun me, forehead. You know what, I'm gonna double taunt, because when I didn't get stunned, I couldn't taunt anyway. Oh, he's got invulnerability. It's 3 hits. Okay, I need Pierce then. I mean, I'm pretty sure you win this fight, even if you don't win it. It's one of those, but... it's fun to fuck him up. You could just bring, what do you call it, Yangtze. I don't think I've ever used that on Jolter before. Kind of thematic for using burn. She actually burns with her NP anyway, but still better to have it on these. It's not even much of a drawback doing the burn star bomb one, because it's still good to have 2 star bombs. Not as good as the 4, but pretty good overall. This is probably outrageous overkill, but what would be really overkill is if I was using a 120 Jolter. That would be something. Let's go Black Grail Coup. Almost 16,000 attack. This is from Shin Megami Tensei. It's Battle Theme 2. Doesn't really look like Arc. She looks like the cat. Whatever, Neko cat, or the I forget the name of the Arcoade cat. That's kind of what it looks like. Even more so, I would say. But yeah, it does kind of have a similar vibe there. My Twitch profile is Neko Arc. Yeah, I think I've seen that before. I hate him, dude. His design, I just... Get a fucking shoe, you idiot. He's got this dumb claw thing, like, just so awful, dude. It's crazy how much I don't like this guy. Man, can we get, like, anything on our opening hand here? I'm just gonna reset, dude. I hate these opening hands where it's like, you get no damage, and you don't even get your anti-stun. Like, there's just nothing. It's like, ugh. I'll probably win anyway, but I just want to get, you know, see how she does if it's a good run. It's so shit when it's that little... Just because you replaced one of your legs with obsidian doesn't mean you don't wear a shoe. Besides, that's the other leg. Ridiculous. Oh boy, his ascensions. That's a trip. It really is crazy that my Jolter's been 2-10-2 for just years. Like, so long. And I only ever leveled the one skill because I wanted to support Siegfried and Mordred. Because in the early days I did that quite a bit just for the fun of it. And the only reason I don't do it now is just because low stars. Yeah, dragon memes, let's go. It takes so long to reset. If we don't get a good hand, I'll just fuck it. Whatever. Just don't stun me, forehead. Like out of 3 attempts, we have never gotten our anti-stun command code. And it's not guaranteed to stun you, but RNG. Actually, I think the odds are kind of low, but I never stopped it before him. Alright. Just don't one-turn me. Okay, need that now. Could be Rainbow Chain. Yeah. Curious how much damage I can do on this next turn. Right, they buffed her. She makes stars on her NP. Well, we should bring Atlas, because I bet you that's buff success chance down. I didn't really need this anyway. Huh. Oh, it's probably defensive buff down. Or something. Do that or it's a pretty shitty chance. But yeah, we didn't get our invulnerability. We didn't get our Star Absorber, I think. 403. Not too bad. I think the fight just ends here, though. Yeah, we'd have to actually work if we wanted to do that next health bar. I'd have to bring Atlas instead of Anniversary Blonde. Yeah, her damage. Not great. Yikes. Did she just leave? Horn? The Great Moose Call? Ord Alarm? We kind of are using her, though. That's what I said from the beginning. There was no reason to lie to her because she had lost her memories and stuff. So there was no benefit to lying to her earlier. It was stupid. Call that a mile away. She'll probably come back to our side anyway, though. Blah 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 blah. Bunch of nerds. She believed the enemy immediately, yeah. But I mean, we are kind of using her because we did, like, lie to her, try to get on our side. That guy seems to enjoy his job with a face like that. Although the dinos don't seem to be having a good way of things. You guys, are memories back? I see. How come our text can't be green? That's not fair. Give me that. It's a good shade. Shiro Blue. I remember you. Yeah, the space vibe is a little strange with her. Oh, the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, compared to Van Gogh, it's a masterpiece. It is a pretty low bar. I mean, some people will like die to defend Van Gogh's honor, right? But I don't give a shit. Guessing this is just calm before the storm nonsense. Dino Bros though. Hey, thank you. I don't fucking know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to say that. Oh hey, it's her. 12 months though, 1 year. Thank you, thank you. Twitch Prime too, or Twitch Gaming, whatever. Prime Gaming. That's the thing. That's probably Ogla's like soul or some crap. Kind of the vibe I've been getting from the earlier story stuff. Kadok is the only... Okay, well, there's some guys in there, but okay, he's here. I'm about to say, Kadok was the only dude there for a while. And Gordolf. Bastion of Hope. Man, Scion hasn't done a damn thing for the entirety of FGO so far. I'm sure she'll do something eventually, but Jesus. I want to at least get to chapter 18. Pretty late, but we'll get as far as we can here. Honestly, if you skip everything and you use your strongest stuff, you can normally get to the main story pretty quick. Although if you let it pile up and you gotta do like 4 stories at once, then it's pretty intimidating. But some of the main story fights are really fun, so you know, I want to do them. Like Zeus is awesome. Even the Bat Boss is pretty good. I don't know how it's gonna be on the ult account, I guess we'll see. Probably won't go easy on it, I'll probably be pretty mean just to get through it. I wonder if Joan of Arc is any good there compared to Asclepius. Because Asclepius was really good. I haven't used Joan of Arc in a stage in so long. It's not because she's bad, it's just because I don't use 5 stars much. Medea was really good there. Honestly, like I said, I was really happy with the team. Everybody did a lot. Medea did a lot. Asterios was the whole reason the break bar gimmick didn't fuck us up. Underface keeps the boss from critting and does reasonable damage. Speaking of Underface, got the music. Not sure who I want to use for the DPS. We could use a level 100 Underface that we got. I don't know if the difference between Grailed and not Grailed there would be noticeable or not. Some stages it just doesn't matter, and sometimes it's really good, so it depends. Definitely want to use someone with crit down though. Dude, why the poofy sleeves though? I don't get it. Snake storage pocket. Okay, we're getting there. I know it's like over this way. Where you saw the Cocoa Puffs. Man, that emote is so good with the song Mala. It's so good. Chat, let me guess. Ereshkigal Alter is popular. I mean, regular Ereshkigal is stupid popular, so I mean, literally anything Ereshkigal related is going to be popular, so. Honestly, they probably would have made bank if they had made her a new playable character. Probably would have sold more than what's rated up right now. I doubt what's rated up right now is selling very well. And if it is, it's probably because of the 4-star, not the 5-star, to be honest. Yeah, no, she's just a costume. I was just saying if she was rated up like a new character, and especially if they made it some special class, like Avenger or whatever, right? It'd make all the money. They never did do Summer Ereshkigal, did they? That's been a meme for a while. I'd like my Hawaiian shirt coup, thanks. I cannot believe we don't have that, dude. It's like, no offense to Ricky Boy, he's great, but he was added to the game and then bam, he gets a costume, right? And then coup is, people wanted it forever and they're just like, no, fuck you, you can't have it. And they even acknowledged that like so many people wanted a coup costume. They're like, but we're still not doing it. Honestly, it's easy to meme on the devs with that kind of stuff, but I really am surprised they haven't done Summer Coup at this point. It's been so long. It's weird. I don't get it. Maybe now that Bazette's in the game, they'll do some kind of Fate Hollow summer event, but I kind of doubt it. Daybit stuff. stuff. Are we having a gunfight in a car right now? Okay. I think that's the same beach. He's just serious business now, or whatever. Guys, do I have enough apples? I don't know if I can afford this. Guessing we're fighting skeletons right now. Look at this team. We're gonna do great. I still don't know why we're trying to kill Bat Guy. I don't see how this has anything to do with the Ort situation or the David situation. $6,000 gold apples, yeah. So I'm guessing he's going to use his last command spell on Nidochris, and that's where Nidochris Alter... Man, I'm not gonna lie, you know, Nidochris Alter is alright, but I'm not like super perfect design or anything, but compared to the other things rated up right now, Nidochris Alter quite a bit better. Like, Jesus fuck. He's probably going to be added eventually, but it might be quite a while. I don't think it's going to be added during like this period. I don't think it's like the Part 2 banner or anything. But I do wonder how popular he'll be. Hard to say, because it's easy to find people saying they want him to be playable, but, you know, vocal minority and all that, it's hard to say where it's actually going to land. Probably more popular, though, than the other guy. Yeah, I guess Cuckoo's not with us now, story-wise. The thing is, I don't think Batman necessarily is popular right now. Again, this is the same kind of logic that made people think that Karen was popular, and then she was one of the worst selling things of all time. There's just no way to know. Random people talking on Reddit and Discord and stuff, it just doesn't mean anything, because, you know, the people that don't care or mid about it, they're not going to say anything. Only the people that are excited for it are going to speak up. Almost every new character ever looks like it's popular because the people that like it speak up. Now, I don't think he's going to be unpopular. I think he'll do fine. But, if he, you know... Muramasa. Like, you ask anyone, and everyone thought Muramasa was just going to be the best-selling thing ever. Because people were just talking about him all the time. It was like a meme. He got brought up constantly. But he didn't actually sell that well. It didn't sell bad, but it was just whatever. I mean, it was literally just a blip, and it just random rate up, right? Didn't do anything special. But yeah, just people a lot of times see random posts and stuff and like, oh yeah, this character must be popular, but I mean, you generally have random posts and hype for new characters no matter. I mean, God, like Karen you saw plenty of people online talking about her and hyping her up, but one of the absolute worst selling characters in the game's history. So, yeah, God no. I mean, I don't see any reason to think he's gonna be unpopular, right? But I didn't really see any reason for Karen to be unpopular. And then she released, and there was a few reasons, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Alright, I think you fight the skeletons here, and I don't think there's a particular gimmick this time. I do think the Bat guy is more popular than the other two dudes, the two new ones. I do think the Bat one is the most popular of them, like, absolutely. But that doesn't mean he's actually super popular, so we'll just have to see. Or maybe we won't see. Maybe they're just never gonna add him, and we'll never know, right? But, I mean, they could do a poll for, like, most desired NPC or something like that. Right? So. They've done that before, and none of those things became playable. Because they actually hate us, I'm just saying. Alright, we're finally using a Berserker. Can we make Shingon do anything? I can't find the characters I'm trying to remove from the team. Use this Christ game and you can't clear everything on these limited temporary team setups. My robot tag dropped. That sucks, man. They're so rare and they drop all the time. It's awful. I really want more Thermexes and I just cannot get it. I'm letting Max down. Trying to get that Thermex damage. Okay, we'll try to make stars Leonidas. Here's the thing, I don't really like the bad guy very much, but I still want him to be playable. It's called empathy. There's really no logical reason he shouldn't be playable, especially considering Ishtar's playable and all this other nonsense, right? Trying to think, what's a character like our NPC I really don't like? There's certainly some NPCs out there that aren't playable that I don't give a flying fuck about, but I still want them to be playable for the people that like them. Especially when there's just, you know, it's one thing if it's something really whack that just would make no sense as a playable character, but a lot of the NPCs are canonically summonable and stuff. And again, we've got fucking Romulus, Super Romulus being playable, Ishtar, Reshigal, Quetzalcoatl, all that, like so much nonsense is playable, right? So there's no reason bad guy can't be playable. I mean, fucking Tiamat is playable in arcade, right? And there's nothing about like arcade where the summoning system is different. It's not. I mean, Tiamat is playable, okay? She's a primordial deity, and she doesn't even have a host body. And she's playable, but Zeus can't be, right? Like, what this shit's so arbitrary, right? So there's no reason bad guys shouldn't be playable ever. And again, I personally, you know, don't really want to get bad guy, but, you know, for the people that do want him, yeah, I know what that's like, so I hope he does become playable. Okay, just go with whatever the fuck in the back here. Let's go Blood Axe. It really does suck. The only Lostbelt King that I really want is the only one that's not playable. And again, Tiamat's playable, so there ain't no logic that makes sense that Zeus shouldn't be playable. There is a chance, though. They might just revisit Olympian stuff down the road, especially because they said they'd made all the other Olympian designs, they just haven't shown them yet, so they might have a reason to do that in 3.0 or an event or something. Yeah, they did say they wanted Aggravate to be playable, but that was like 6 years ago. Nasu, I'm pretty sure at one point said he wanted Aggravate to be playable. I honestly am confused. How did they not make him playable in Lostbelt 6? I don't understand. That was such with all the Morgan stuff, that was so obvious to put it in there. But we got Percival, and I love Percival, but like, what the fuck? Like actually, what the fuck? Like, seriously, like Percival, I've been rooting for Percival to get in for a while, but why did Percival get in before Aggravate when Aggravate's had an official design class and Noble Phantasm this entire time? And then they just made up, and hadn't confirmed any of that stuff with Percival, and they just made him up, right? It's fucking crazy. Spin the Wheel of Fate and just see where it lands. No, it's just these three guys. What? Well, we got no Darius cards, so rip NP gain. I'm going to not taunt, but then I don't make stars. Wait, I'm gonna not taunt and hope to hit Darius. There's no way that's gonna get me 20 NP. Fuck it. We'll Leo NP then. I'm really glad we got regular Percival and not Lostbelt Percival. The only reason he did that, though, is because they were too lazy to make two separate designs. That was the whole fucking reason that happened. Okay. We still can't get Darius's NP. You're killing me, game. All he needs is his art card. He has really good NP gain on his art card. I guess I can Rainbow Chain crit. Fuck it, I'm making the stars. There's no way he's getting 19% off of a quick card though, even if it is a crit. I mean, he's got his golden rule, but and see, now he's gonna get his art card, but he just overgaged a fuckload. Look at this. Look at this shit. Making me wait all that time. Game, please. Yep. What a joke. It happens though. That's why you want to bring a battery, I guess. Oh, and now the deck shuffles and give me the art card right away. Alright, game. Alright, let's see what Darius has got. Not a lot of buffs here. He's got his own Buster Resist down on top of it all, though. Wow, they must have a hell of a defense up there, because you can see it proccing when you attack them that they're benefiting from it, but I'm surprised. Probably 30%. So they probably would have died without it. So he can actually proc his attack up on Guts again because of the Mystic Code. Not that we're gonna need it, but it's kind of cool. You can also do like a Guts Craft Essence and get one. Actually, you can't do that because it doesn't stack though. You'd whip the casted one if you did that. You need a teammate then, I guess, to give it to you. But you can get a crap load of attack ups out of him if you set it up. And then Achilles shows up and gets all the cards, and he doesn't have the attack up. That's about right. We'll have Darius, Rainbow Chain anyway. Who needs the extra attack when you got double attack up? Achilles, you're stealing my thunder, man. Although you do look mighty cool. Shooting green stuff. Got the green hair. He looks so short next to Darius, though. Dude, I can't believe they were gonna use Green Knight and then they cut it. Ugh. Like, Vortigern is so high on my list, although not anymore, because I know if they bring Vortigern back, they're just gonna make an excuse to bring back Oberyn Vortigern instead, and I don't give a shit about that. But regular Vortigern with the voice actor from Garden of Avalon and all that, very high on my list, right? Like top 5. And it was such like a long shot for him to get used, and then they ruined it. But then Green Knight is even higher on the list. No, actually, Green Knight is the #1 thing I want in Fate, and it pretty much always has been. And I always say it's just not gonna happen. Even though they've mentioned him several times, every time they mention him, it just sucks because I'm like, fuck, man. But yeah, they've mentioned him. So they've mentioned him in FGO a few times. They mentioned him in Fate Extella. I don't think Extella Link. I think it was just regular Fate Extella, the first one. But anyway, yeah, they've mentioned him here and there. And they actually were going to add him. They were going to do it, and then they were like, nope, taking it back. We want to do this stupid Oberyn shit instead. Although actually, they were always going to use Oberyn. It was just Oberyn was going to be Oberyn, not Vortigern thinking he's Oberyn nonsense. But yeah, Green Knight's top of the list. And then, Butch Cassidy and Henry V. They're really high on there. Like, Henry V would be so cool. The bad thing is they probably use the William Shakespeare version of Henry V, not the historical one. Which the historical one is honestly way cooler, but... I know people always make the meme that they use the Green Knight's wife instead, but I don't think so. And if they did, I don't think they'd fuse it because they already have like enough information about both of them as individuals. I don't think they would do that. But they may add the Green Knight's wife at some point. I mean, honestly, I would be so unsurprised if they did that. Where I'd be more surprised if they added the Green Knight at this point. But hey, if we get both, that would be ideal. Vortigern was one of the greatest disappointments for me in FGO, absolutely. That fucking stung. It was such a pipe dream, and then being that close, and then them fucking it up that much, and making it so weird. And then all the fans of Oberyn Vortigern don't even care about regular Vortigern. Right, that's what really bugs me, and like some of them did. There are Oberyn Vortigern fans that were like, yeah, I get it, it sucks. I'm sorry to Vortigern fans. I do like, this character design and everything. But yeah, it sucks that they fucked up Vortigern and they could have just made it Oberyn, right? There was no reason to do that. But most Oberyn fans won't hear any negativity about their husbando, right? So they gotta defend their moth. Fucking stupid. And like, for example, I like Ivan in FGO, but I've always accepted the criticism that was pretty lame for like actual fans of Russian stuff. And it was basically an OC, and it was, like, I get it. And it would have been nice if they, could have added regular Ivan, and we could have had both, right? Just like how we've got, Saber, and then Arthur, right? You could have had a more normal Ivan, and then the Lostbelt Ivan, that'd have been fine. Because, like, I don't need to be defensive like that. I never understand that. Like, I like Ivan in FGO. He looks really cool. I like the voice actor. I like his powers, right? But, yeah, I think it'd be awesome if they had added regular Ivan, and we could have had both. That's way better. And yeah, I get it because there really wasn't a lot of regular Ivan in what they did with Lostbelt Ivan. So yeah, I have no reason like, oh fuck you. I got no reason for that. It's like, yeah, it sucks. Well, it sounded like their original idea for Vortigern, they were going to keep it pretty legit. And it was going to pretty much be Vortigern from Garden of Avalon, and it was going to get someone to like clean up essentially, because like the world wanted, the Lostbelt 6 world basically wanted to die, right? And he's like kind of tied to the land, to Britain, right? But they changed it because Natsu wanted Oberyn to play a bigger role in the story because he liked Oberyn's design so much, and that's why they added all that other nonsense. But yeah, I think initially they probably would have just gotten the same voice actor from Avalon, Garden of Avalon. Probably would have, I don't know, old warmonger and turned into a dragon. Right? That's probably what they were gonna do. But nope. And this is what bugs me is Oberyn nonsense is so popular. They're just never gonna do regular Vortigern. They're just always gonna find a reason to do the Lostbelt shenanigans. What are we, Dracula? Piss off. Gummy worms, you know it is. Like, it's fucking gummy worms. Like, literally, Google blue and red gummy worms. What his fucking hair is. Especially in gameplay, it looks even more like it. This is not the real fight with him, although you have like 2 preview fights with him that are kind of real fights. Like, there are gimmicks and stuff, but they're not like crazy in depth. They're basically establishing these gimmicks, and then they have Nito Chris shut them down later, and but then you have a real fight. I do love Tales of Symphonia. I'd be worried about a remake though, because a lot of what just makes the gameplay really fun and stuff is kind of the unique limitations that Tales of Symphonia has. Obviously, it'd be nice if you could have that kind of combat system and spruce it up a bit, and you know, make the sprites maybe not chibi and all that. That'd be great. I just don't trust them to make a good Tales of Symphonia remake. I expect they would like redo all the music and make it more mainstream and make the combat system more like the modern stuff. And honestly, some of the modern Tales games have good gameplay. And like Tales of Rise, although I didn't like the combat, that was because the enemy design was so bad. The core combat system is good and has a lot of potential, but I don't want that combat system for like Tales of Symphonia, right? I'd want them to like keep it in the style of the original, because that really is a unique and fun combat system. But I don't know, I guess I'd take a meh remake or something over nothing. Because I do like Symphonia a lot, and it never really got a good PC version, and they messed up like the cell shading, and they kind of mixed the PS3 and GameCube version and all that, so. But man, I remember, funny story about Tales of Symphonia. I bought it when I was really young, when it had like just came out really. It was one of the earlier games I bought for my GameCube. And I think I was just busy with some other stuff. I didn't play it for a little bit, and then I played it, and I only played it a bit, and I didn't like it. But I didn't really give it a chance. But I just didn't get into it. The combat seemed kind of boring, and I was like, whatever, and I just didn't get into it. And the plot seemed pretty generic. Although the plot is actually intentionally generic at the start, because it's like a ruse to lie. But anyway, so I didn't really give it a chance, and then I didn't touch it for ages. Like, oh god, I didn't touch it for so long. And then one day I was hanging out with Kai the Gamer, who you know, makes FGO videos occasionally. And we were hanging out, you know, we were teenagers, I guess, at that time. I think we were just bored, and I was like, hey, I got this one game. I was just kind of looking through my games, and I'm like, oh yeah, Tales of Symphonia had co-op. I never played it, but I know it had co-op. And we just had nothing better to do, so we just played it. And again, I'd never given it a chance. And it was pretty boring at the start, because it is, honestly. The combat system's a bit too simplistic, and the story is kind of like super generic. But it's like a fake, right? They're setting you up on this like generic journey and they pull the rug underneath you. But anyway, because I was hanging out with my friend, you know, we got through it, and it was fun in co-op, right? And then it gets way better, right? Then the story starts getting really unique, and you know, it's still JRPG stuff. It's not like it's got 10 out of 10 writing or anything, but you know, it's unique and fun. And the combat system got way better, and yeah, I ended up like loving the shit out of it. And then I just started checking out all the Tales of games. I was like, oh shit, this is the whole thing. And then I got Vesperia, and Vesperia is still my favorite one. So, but yeah, it was kind of wild that I had it for all that time, and I didn't play it and give it a chance. And I just, on a whim, because dude, I got several games. I got some old Xbox games and Xbox 360 games that I've really never played. That I bought like in a bargain bin and stuff like that, and I never really gave them a fair shake. And I never gone back and looked at them. But that could have easily been Tales of Fate, but I just coincidentally decided to try it. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty good. Although I probably would have gotten into the series eventually, just with all the other releases, and as the internet became a bigger thing. What's the best way to start Tales of? In my opinion, I would say start with Tales of Vesperia. It's on PC, runs good, really great game, a lot of content. It's got a lot of good bells and whistles when you get to the end game. Like the characters a lot, good setting. It's the graphics have aged very well. I think the music's great. So yeah, I just say Tales of Vesperia. You could get it on you know, console or PC, whatever, you know, works for you. But yeah, I think easily that's the best one to start with. It's a really good mix of still being like modern, but still having the classical formula and stuff. So I think it's a really good spot. I like a lot of Arise. I like the graphics. I like the characters' ideas. I don't like the writing for them though, but like what the characters are about and what motivates them and stuff is all fine. The voice actors are fine. The combat system is actually fantastic, but the enemy design and boss design is trash. Like super trash. So I have very mixed feelings about that game. Like, again, graphics look great. The character, like, designs, motivations, and, like, their archetypes are all great, but the writing for them is pretty sloppy. Yeah, so I don't know. It's almost amazing, but it's kind of garbage. So, one of those. If the enemy design was better, I could put up with a lot of the stuff. Oh, I will say, I gotta give it to Rinwell. Actually a fun caster. I almost never like casters in games. I don't like them in Elden Ring, and don't like them in almost all the Tales of games. I like Jade and like Rita in terms of like character, but I never really cared about their gameplay that much. But Rinwell has really fun gameplay, and it's a shame that the enemy design's not better. Because man, if they had good enemy design in Tales of Arise that you got to use like the playable characters in, that game would be awesome. It'd be fucking phenomenal. The core combat system is incredible. It's just, yeah, their enemy design is just so bad. It's amateur. But yeah, that game is very flawed, and it's so close to being a masterpiece. So, boy, I tell you, I'm not gonna lie, if I could pick a Tales of game to get a remake, it's Tales of Arise, when it's the most recent one. But that's actually what I would pick. You know, it really could have been a lot better than it was, with some polish and a little bit more work on the dialogue writing and, you know, making better enemy designs and stuff. Just better gameplay with the enemies. Because this is like the whole game with the bosses and the enemies in Tales of Arise. The enemies arbitrarily delay their attack. They're just sitting there like, I'm powering up my swing! I'm powering up my swing! And then they just arbitrarily fire it off like a laser with no travel time. So you can't like react to the swing and dodge it. And the game is like all about blocking and dodging, like Dark Souls or something. But yeah, every fucking enemy is like that. And it's fucking terrible. Like, it feels so bad to play because of that. Graphics look good though, right? There's that. And the voice actors do fine, but yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite Tales of game, not even close. It's definitely Vesperia for me though. I really do like Symphonia. It's just the problem with Symphonia, it's hard to full-heartedly recommend Symphonia because it doesn't start very good. Like, the combat is pretty fucking boring for a good while. Where like Vesperia is so easy to recommend because it's pretty smooth from start to finish. Like, it really is. The characters get, like, Yuri's such a great main character, he gets you into it really quick, and the combat's decent early on, and it just gets better and better. Yeah, that is such a, that's my favorite JRPG. I don't even like a lot of JRPGs to be honest, but Vesperia is definitely my favorite JRPG. Unless you want to count like maybe Dragon's Dogma. I don't know if that counts as a JRPG technically. It certainly doesn't, you know, it's made you know, by a Japanese developer, but does not follow the archetype, I guess I'll put it that way. And I don't know how I feel about Dragon's Dogma versus Vesperia. They're very different, and like Dragon's Dogma is great, and there's certain things in it that I love to death, but it's definitely a flawed masterpiece. It's way better than like Arise, but you know, it's got some real problems. But Vesperia doesn't really have any problems. It really doesn't. It's pretty great. But it's also the style of game that it is I don't like as much. So yeah, I don't know which one I like better. See ya, Mala. Alright, anyway, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with this boss battle right now. Cavalry classes do well against him. I actually didn't check. I don't know if there's some special class that wrecks this, because he's a beast. Spoilers. He's like a numberless beast. I'm guessing it's because he's a beast of the Lostbelt and not a beast of the like regular history. That's my guess. But yeah, he's like a beast with no number. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but I don't know if there's like Avenger or Alter Ego or whatever like wrecks the shit out of him. But I know like the basics, he's kind of like Guadia, where Cavalry classes do well against him, so that's just what I use. But yeah, I don't know if Alter Ego fucks him up or whatever. I don't think Alter Ego did. I don't remember Jufu doing anything special. But that's like the only extra class I tried. But she just happened to be a good idea there. Oh, Moon Cancer. What the fuck? Why Moon Cancer? That doesn't make... that's just random as hell. Boy, I bet you it's pretty easy, though, if you have a good Moon Cancer. Did who finish what? Oh no, I never streamed the end of Arise. I just got bored with it, honestly. Anyway, sure, why not? He does less damage to Avengers. Huh. I could try that later. These early fights, though, aren't like proper fights with him, so there's no reason to mess around with shit like that. But yeah, I didn't mess around with that stuff because I knew I wanted to do it with low stars, and there aren't any low stars of applicable classes other than Jufu, and she didn't do anything special, so I was like, why bother? Like, no reason to waste time. He does seem a lot like Guadia, though, because if Avengers take less damage, that's like Guadia, and then Avenger does shitty against Cavalry classes, and he's like that. So he's kind of like Guadia with the Moon Cancer thing. It'd be cool if we got a 3-star ruler. I think they actually need to make FP summons of all the extra classes at this point. I can't remember if you even need to do damage in these early fights with the boss. Let's see. I think there's like some kind of a evade gimmick where he gets evade for like one hit, like Lobo or something. He doesn't have it in the main boss fight, but I think he has something like that. You could do 100 phase. Give her Yang CE. That's pretty disgusting. There we go. Do it like... Oh, you can't move her. Okay, we'll do that. We're gonna be kind of disgusting here. It's not even that disgusting though. These are pretty old school at this point, and yeah, it's like all the account has. Oh yeah, I do have Yang CE, but it is not leveled, which I really need to do something about that. Yang CE is so good, it's where... You know what, we can be more normal. We could bring a normal, Pearson Vulnerability CE. We have the, Attila one. I may not be an Attila fan, but her, craft essence is quite good. You can get it with rare prisms, but I may not have bought it because I might have like already had good Pearson Vulnerability stuff. Okay, that's special damage, I think. It's either that, or it might be Ignore Defense. Okay, that's Pearson Vulnerability. Okay. We do have it, but it's not limit broken. Let me see how many rare prisms I got. It's fine if you don't limit break it. It's good out of the box, but wouldn't hate having that. I've gotten Joan of Arc on almost every account I've got. I just get her all the time. I just don't get her past NP1 much. I think this account might have her past NP1 though. Might be the only one like that. We'll probably save the full-on Bat Boss fight though for next time, just because I'm getting pretty tired. We'll try to get there, so we can just jump right into the good shit next time. These little preview fights with him aren't like joke battles, but they're not full-on boss fights either. They're kind of in the middle. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I have almost 60 rare prisms. Yeah, I can probably do that. It's not so bad. They give out rare prisms pretty regularly these days. I really don't recommend doing that though, unless you've got a lot of rare prisms. I recommend getting one copy of it. It's great to get one copy of this thing, but it doesn't gain that much from limit breaking it. So, especially if you've got stronger supports on your account and you got a lot of options to get battery and stuff, this is not that big of a deal. But if you got rare prisms to burn, then it don't hurt. Good luck finding it though. Oh, I guess none of them are leveled. That would explain why I haven't been finding it. Normally it recommends the copies of it. I must have 5 stars off. Jesus, okay. What a whale lamp. Oh yeah, don't you get rare prisms now for like maxing something or other? I know you get pure prisms for maxing some characters. I think there is like another way to get a rare prism now through like leveling stuff. I can't remember exactly, but I think they did something like that. Maxing welfare just gives you the rare prisms. Well, that's just another reason to be happy when they give out a welfare, I guess. Man, this account don't got a lot of Romans, unfortunately. Look at that Rex with the big Martha. My main's got a lot of Romans, though. Okay, let's see, how many Romans do we got? Okay, those are Greeks. That's not the same thing. Okay, we got Constantine. I mean, that's a pretty legit Roman. We could slap that on the team instead of Joan of Arc. Fuck it, we'll do it. What else we got? Caesar, obviously. Probably the most famous, actually. And this account actually doesn't have regular Romulus leveled, so wow, not much. Got 2 Romans, if I'm not mistaken, and that's it. Don't even got Caligula. I'd put him right here if they'd let me, but you gotta put the friend support in the front like that. Well, hopefully somebody dies. That sounds bad. Does this account have an Avenger? No, that's surprising. Might have Antonio, but I mean, that's not much help. Crazy. The good thing I got a 100 face because I don't have a lot of other cavalry class stuff ready to go on this account. Well, there's always Shiki. Oh, do I have Spartacus? Okay, that counts. K-scope for everybody. Joan of Arc, get in the boot. That's still a 5-star. Okay, whatever. VR mash. There's no... This is such an unplanned team. I am just throwing whatever at the boss here. Like, these are strong individual units, but there's absolutely no game plan here. No finesse. We'll try to make a more sensible team. I'll use stronger stuff, but we'll try to make a more sensible team for the actual boss fight. But that'll probably be tomorrow. Unless Tusk gets me sick. Oh yeah, we can turn the music on. Can't do it right now though. See, gummy worms. Alright. It's got damage resist. Oh yeah, that gimmick still exists. Okay. Well, we're not turn 1 NPing then. Yeah, if you cast 3 skills, you can see anytime you do something, he gets that 1 exclamation point, then 2 exclamation points, then if he gets 3, then he'll cast buff success chance down on you. I think it's like 50% or something, so it makes it super random. Sometimes it's worth it though. Also, you get the 3rd thing you cast. You get that before he does the buff success chance down. And if you're not going to cast much later, then you might as well do it, but it just depends. Huh. He gave us something on attack. I don't remember these gimmicks because it's not the main boss fight, so... That's a problem I've always had. Whenever they try to be anti-meta, what they end up doing is making non-meta stuff just so garbage it's painful. It's kind of shite. 100 face doing well enough here though. We could do this to get the defense down, but we'll do the Brave Chain. Extra attack means more NP gain. I probably should have done the NP first though, so I'd get the art card bonus. Really adds up when you got like the art resist downs and stuff. Yeah, honestly, I probably would have gotten my NP there. I might get it anyway. Yeah, he's generous with the NP gain he gives you. Pretty sure you win if you break his health bar here. He's looking at us. Yeah, you fight him twice, and then you fight him a 3rd time for realsies. Team cost doesn't matter that much. There's a lot of like 3-star and 4-star craft distances you can do to like even it out. You can bring so many 5 and 4 stars on the team if you really want to. And a lot of times the like 5, you only need like 3 of the 5 stars to really, or 4 of the 5 stars to really get the job done, so. But so, anyone know why we're fighting this guy? I still don't get why we're fighting this guy instead of dealing with the Ort situation. Gonna get a bat in your mouth like that, lady. I think he dies too, but I don't know. We'll see. I didn't watch the cutscene after fighting him, but when you beat him, he like has a death animation. They normally do that when they're gonna die, like in the story. Whoops, I almost skipped. Guessing this is where Nitocris Alter happens. Don't think Nitocris Alter actually sides with him though. Kind of weird though, like if Nitocris can like not be controlled that way, but then Ereshkigal can. It's a little silly. Dude, if you don't know if something's a spoiler, you don't say it. Like, this doesn't need to be addressed. He has a mouth in his neck. That's disgusting. Honestly, we can probably just do the exact same team. I don't think it'll matter too much. Not that Martha really mattered, but what's something ridiculous we can bring? We can test if that Avenger thing's right about them taking less damage. That's a weird one to bring, because AoE and whatnot, but for science. Everybody talk at the same time. Alright, let's see here. Man, I can barely cast anything right now. Yeah, still doing it. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Cast two things. There is no synergy between 100 Face and Big Nobu. Like, there is absolutely no synergy there whatsoever. That is such an awkward combo. We did not. Hey, Carps, thank you for the 2 years, man. We did 500 damage. Very good, very good. Well, it's funny, Nobu's got the special music, right, that starts playing for her. And all that, and we did not do anything, so. To be fair, he's not doing any damage to her either. I'm guessing he's got some kind of special resistance or something that's her specific. He has a crit animation, and it's actually kind of cool, but 100 Phase makes it so bosses generally can't crit, so... He, like, runs through you, essentially. And he makes like an energy sword in his mouth and slashes everybody with his MP. But yeah, when Hunger Face is around, there's just no critting. It's not a thing. The only way they can crit is if they got a massive amount of crit up or something like that. Alright, he's starting to do the dot thing. That's what he does in the main fight. And is the real difficulty. Man, Nobu is pretty worthless here, unfortunately. Sorry to say.
Yes.
Well, we mainly just brought her to test if Avengers take less damage, which they do. Yeah, he's got 100% NP gain down debuff, but it's only 3 times, so like if you just apply NP gain a few times, it'll go away. And also you can clear it with debuff clear stuff, but like, one of the best ways to make the real fight with him easier is bringing a lot of command codes with debuff clear or dot clear. It helps a lot. Alright, I think that's it for the little preview fights. Yeah, Nobu kind of just stood around. Didn't even buff us or anything. He looked cool. Summoned a skeleton, you know? Yeah, he doesn't do the buff block in the actual fight. Alright, I think we'll save that for next time because I'm exhausted. And I'm gonna have to set up a bunch of command codes and everything, and I don't want to do that right. Da Vinci, shut the fuck up! Can we get Kodamine over here real quick and just take care of her a second time? Can we just do that? And then you know, maybe have David run the shop. I think that'd be all right. I mean, he's in the singularity on our side, kind of, right? Take advantage of that. But all right, lads, thank you for hanging out. I guess we'll see if I'm sick or not, right? If I'm sick, I'm gonna disappear for a while. I'll maybe work on videos. But if I feel well enough, I can make videos while I'm sick. But I definitely can't stream. But we'll see. I don't feel sick now, but yeah, Tuz told me kind of late, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. But if not soon after, I would hope anyway. But take care and peace.